Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, I known it for years. And you would say it. I'd go,
What is he talking?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. Now, we're going to add a piece to this that isn't necessarily part of the first rib syndrome. In that you can feel that all this is trying to let go, but he's caught midline sternum. So we're going to get here, but these points, right at the sternal, they call them sternibri, like vertebrae, but sternal. So that's a tender point. There's a good ow, right? And then here's angle of Louis. That's probably not bad because we're actually moving angle of Louis with the leverage from his head and the clavicle. That ain't bad, but
down there was a good one.
Further down, like that guy. One other one I want to look at. There we go. Just drop back into me. I got you.
Again, slow, because you just changed all that stuff.
My clavicles change shape. I don't know if you appreciate that.
You brought it back.
Oh, yeah. Clavicles are totally sitting differently. This is still really tight here because the manubrium is still hung up down into that point and that point. Let's find which one's hottest.
Right there.
This
That
feels
one.
like the same thing the liver had, that stickiness is in there.
What's that?
This feels like it's the same kind of stickiness.
Yeah,
that the
yeah,
liver
kind of
had,
a-
like maybe it's the leftover from the
Yeah, from mono.
mono.
You know,
Because
this,
it
please.
feels like it all got kind of stuck
So
up.
I want you to have you sit on the table and face Malou, please. What we could do, what we're gonna, that's perfect. What we're dealing with here, then we talked about you okay?
Yeah.
In a general sort of way, how we fold around the points. So the shape associated with these midline sternal points is pure sternal compression, right? And there's a wonderful exercise you've probably seen me give people. I call the wall slouch. Yeah, where they basically sit with their butt, their shoulders back, and they slide on a wall, and they slide their butt forward and collapse, and it forms like a little C, like a sagging piece of lasagna noodle or something, and that actually physically compresses the sternal segments. What I'm going to do is actually introduce a compressive force that travels down to that point to neutralize it, the tender point there. So to change whatever the signals are at that level.
So you're essentially folding into.
Yes. And for those of you who are smaller, this takes a little finagling with stools and the tables and, there are a number of different options. For the higher point, good, put your hands behind your head. If we're really dealing with looking at angle of Louis or the first sternal segment, I could just come in like so, drop him back, let your head drop. Everything slouches. And I'm just bringing him back and down, and I would monitor the point there. And what we're talking about is actually further down, like there, and we can't get that from here. So the way I'm going to do this is first move my pouch so I don't excavate his back. Yeah, always like remove, crosses, medallions, stuff like that. All of your new age accoutrements have to get removed.
If you can.
I'll let you hold this since. All right. Remember I told you all the story of the woman speaking in tongues in Sacramento?
Yes.
We talked. This is the pouch she gave me. It has a little angel medallion that's inside of it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have some other stones in it, but I use it a lot. And I'm doing stuff in public, even though we're family, this is sort of public, right? So drop your arms behind you, like so. And what we're doing now is drop down, slouch, 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 slouch. Now where am I? I'm on the upper part. Oh, just let go. You felt the whole thing kind of go and kind of spring open. How's the tenderness there?
It's better, but it's still a little tender.
Still tender. So I'm going to go on my tippy toes, and I'm going to add a little more compression. And I may reach down and grab the edge of the table and pull me in a little bit. Or I may reach around, grab his arm, and pull him down a little bit till it starts to release, which is like there, right?
Were you doing compression?
Hmm?
You're doing compression right there?
Yeah. So imagine I'm stretching the posterior spine. And so basically think of worm and dreaming. I'm lengthening worm. I'm compressing dreaming. I'm lengthening PVF. I'm compressing PTF, sort of. When I feel like I've got the right amount, I can release my contact point, knowing it's already started to release, grab this arm too. So I got two arms to pull him down and do that.
You're against his thoracics on the top
I'm on the thoracic.
and not his neck.
So his neck is freely movable. I'm not putting any pressure. I'm not flexing his neck at all.
No, he's a little bit tipped this way, is that,
That's the way he went.
okay.
So I'm letting him go that way. Now he's tipping back a little bit.
Yeah,
So
okay.
he's kind of unwinding as I
See
do
where
this.
it wants to go. Okay, cool.
So these are subtle things I'm letting him do. This is like people that teach Pilates that try to make people with scoliosis line up and be symmetrical and then injure them because they're not symmetrical. So they shouldn't be doing the exercise symmetrically.
Oh, this is good.
This is much easier to do than the lying down, doing it lying down the way we...
The wall slouch, you mean?
No,
Like
we
this.
did this lying down.
Did we really?
Yes, both the upper and lower. And
Wow.
this is easier
Did everyone
to
teach that
actually
way?
do.
I must
It's,
have been
it's
having,
nicer to...
I must have been having a
I
brain fart.
prefer this.
I never
This is
did
the way I
it.
always do it.
Oh,
Okay.
me too.
You do it this way too?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm too short and my table doesn't go up. and
Well,
down, so-
lying down works for angle of Louis. And maybe the first one past angle of Louis.
We did it for the whole thing.
I did for the whole thing?
Mhm.
Gosh,
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I got pictures.
it must have been because it was haunted.
I have pictures with Janelle and me doing this.
I remember that.
But yeah,
We did this.
lying down.
Yeah.
We did this class, the Counterstrain class in Santa Fe at the Ghost Ranch in town. And it had been a former nursing home. And it was so thick with spirits. It was like poor Joan.
The operative word being ghost.
Yeah, ghost. It was like seriously haunted. The experience began with my set, and I didn't do it heavily. I smudged a little bit and set off the fire alarms of the room we were teaching in. And it began with that. Breath and flow, right? We're good. I'm going to release my hands, come in. And here's our point. How's that?
Good.
All right.
Maybe one or two.
One? I don't know. That's good. Say 1.2?
One or two.
Okay. I don't know you to be so. No. I don't have them. Keep slouching. Drop your head. Bring yourself forward. You do not want them coming out of this quickly. It's a huge. And often what I do is I have them lie down immediately and not come up. If I do, push your head up just a tiny little bit. Just to reset the brain, reset all the muscles. Going. Push your head and shoulders up into me. Push, 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 push. All the way up. Come on. There you go.
And I opened all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could take a breath.
Well, it opens the
Sure.
pericardial-diaphragmatic ligament. It opens the mediastinum. Does a lot, right?
Oh.
Whole upper coil got informed,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
right? All right. The tender point resides in the female space between the sternal segments. What goes through this female space, the sternal segments? The coils. The windings of the coils. So essentially we're resetting the ground substance, the matrix in which the coils reside in the upper body, the upper coil.
Female space between the rib and the sternum.
No, between the sternum and the next sternal segment.
Between the sternum and...
The next.
Oh, you're on the sternum.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's find.
Yeah. that's right.
This is not going to work. I don't know where my copy of Jones is. Is it here? Is it? Feet flat on the floor. Start sliding your butt away from the wall until we get, and we'll figure out what height you would need. I'm just going to do this here like this. Good, that's good. Put your hands behind your head in full Nelson, down lower on your neck really. If that works for you, and then just slouch. Totally let your arms drop. Forward, 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 let everything drop forward. See? This is what we're doing. Where gravity working against the wall, in this case the door, is providing the compressive force. And we're just slowly, slowly, slowly. So you can see that this is around the 4th or 5th sternal point. Right? If you wanted to go lower, like the xiphoid or deep, slide your body a little bit further, even still. Good, and now let go. Drop your arms, relax your arms. That's it. Sometimes I'll have people put a pillow behind their heads. Sometimes I'll have them push back into the wall, please. And then release. Cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice stretch. For people, reality check. Where would the most likely place where symptoms associated with this problem in this position be showing up? Yes! Wow!
Because I had any trouble doing it.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Where'd you sit in it? Oh, the middle
Oh, the
back.
mid-back.
mid-back.
As in
Posterior.
Front, as in front, so
Posterior,
basic.
thoracic.
Yeah, really.